Joining me now, Mick Mulvaney, former chief of staff in the first Trump White House, NewsNation contributor as well, and Chris Stirewalt, host of The Hill Sunday, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Hello, gentlemen.
Sure.
Hello, Bourbon.
Always great to be with you both. Last night, Mick, as this news was happening, you thought, as Trump's former chief of staff, you pick up on things that others don't. What'd you pick up on last night?
It wasn't him. It was not his language.
What do you mean by that?
Watching him, the man who worked for so long to get us out of the forever war in Afghanistan was up here behind the podium saying, we're going to go and occupy this land for the next 10 or 15 years. It made no sense to me. And as I said, I watched the energy level, some of the language, some of the reports that came out afterwards in the press, some of the leaks that came out about the process. It sounded to me more like Jared Kushner than it did like Donald Trump. So it wasn't surprising to me today that they sort of dialed it back. I got the intention last night watching it that this was more of a floating of a balloon than it was of stating a policy.
Chris, here in Washington, we're seeing the pushback from the Democratic Party on to Elon Musk. I don't think any of this is coincidental. There's some fresh polling out. Let me show you some of it. Elon Musk's role in the Trump administration, Quinnipiac University poll, only 39% of the country approves of it, including minus 17 with independents. There was a question here about how would Democrats sort of recover from the loss and what do they do next? Is this it? Have they found what to go after?
Elon Musk makes a great scapegoat for Democrats. He's a billionaire, and as you say, as soon as people get into politics, there was once upon a time Elon Musk was a pretty popular figure in the United States. He was a guy who sent rockets into space and made electric cars and was rich and weird and interesting. Now he's a guy who's in politics and he wants something from you. And look, I think there's probably broad support for greater government efficiency. It's going to be messy.
Right.
And the thing I would say to Democrats in Congress is, you know, it would have been helpful if for the last 40 years, the previous 40 years, Congress hadn't been frittering away its power and giving the executive branch everything that it wanted because they would rather keep their jobs than do their jobs. Well, a hard time of hard power testing is coming for Congress. And they're going to have to figure out how to be the Article 1 branch instead of handmaidens to the executive branch.
Let's take a live shot real quick at the White House, because as we understand it, Mick and Chris, the meeting with President Trump and the California Governor Gavin Newsom is ongoing. If that is still indeed the case, Mick, that is pretty remarkable that all of a sudden we woke up this morning and so you see the Marine at the front there. That normally means that the President of the United States is in the Oval Office. And would you look at that? The Marine has walked in, which means...
Look at your timing.
Look
at your timing.
Look at that.
I did not know this was coming, which means that meeting could be over.
It's like the groundhog.
And maybe we'll hear from Gavin Newsom soon. If that happens, we'll show it to you live. But real quick, what do you make of that meeting today as California starts to rebuild?
By the way, a little bit of that makes no sense because if the president already left the Oval Office, where is Gavin Newsom? I don't think they would leave Newsom in the West.
Well, he could escape down West Exec.
Oh, well,
you know,
we'd see him there because we've got cameras.
Okay.
The media's got cameras aimed right down West Exec. You can't get into that building without 24 hours. It was going to be cordial. It was. Look, Trump is not going to be the kind of person who the Marine back. Just took a quick
6 more weeks of winter.
quick bathroom break. It's going to be cordial. There's not going to be a lot of yelling and screaming. Trump was a lot more bombastic on stage and on camera than he is in the Oval Office.
The secret is you just flatter Donald Trump, right? That's what I'm sure Benjamin Netanyahu did to get Donald Trump to make this commitment to take over Gaza. I'm sure that what Gavin Newsom is saying to Donald Trump behind closed doors is something that he can't say in public, which is, you're brilliant, you're beautiful, I love you, you're the greatest president ever.
If he does come out to speak like the Texas Governor Greg Abbott did, we will take you there and show you that
By
live.
the way, if Newsom is really saying that, you can expect Trump to